Hi and welcome to the Paris vlog. I'm not currently in Paris, I'm in the bathroom at my parents' house. It's probably the only place I'm gonna get any peace. My mum's like partially deaf, so she's normally like listening to the TV at volume 100, waking the neighbours at 5:30 a.m. and also listening to TikToks on her phone at the same time when she can't hear. So that was fun. Anyway, welcome to the Paris vlog. I'm not currently in Paris. I was in Paris and I'm now not in Paris again. I thought I would talk you through my shenanigans. So let me start at the beginning. Let me set the scene. So I booked to go to Paris last year for this year. On my own. I was going to go for a couple of weeks with the dog. Unfortunately, I couldn't go for a couple of weeks with the dog and the dog had to stay here, so I was going to go on my own. But I recently reconnected with one of my best friends from childhood. We had lost touch, shall we say. We hadn't spoken in the best part of 10 years because I'd gone through some mental illness, shall we say, back in the day. I mean, I had kind of asked for a divorce back in the day, just not because she didn't do anything wrong, it was me, like I needed some space or something at the time, which I mean, I'm sure I could have just asked for, but I asked for a divorce. Anyway, she's been really understanding about it and we're now back in each other's lives, which is so nice. And I guess I've missed that kind of friendship a fair bit in the last couple of years because I've been isolating myself, and not just because of the pandemic. So yeah, so trying to reconnect with my friends, which has been food for my soul. Anyway, so my friend, shall we call her Belle, came to Paris with me. We weren't able to get the same Eurostar, so I met her there an hour later than me. So this is like the weekend before Valentine's Day. I get the Eurostar from London to Paris on my own. It was very busy, as you can imagine, for a romantic weekend, 5 days in Paris. Anyway, all went smoothly. Had a lovely time, had a little nap, and we arrived in Paris. And I'm there on my own for an hour waiting for her train to come in. I think it was actually an hour and a half. So I'm like, let me go outside. Oh my God, I can see the Paris architecture. Very excited. I don't have anything remotely resembling the language skills, which is my ignorant Brit problem. As you can imagine, this whole week was a bit of a struggle, though I feel like we were getting better towards the end, and I really do want to make more of an effort with languages. Anyway, waiting for her train to come in, I'm like, let me get a coffee and a croissant. I didn't want to venture too fast to end up in Starbucks in the station. I can't communicate very well, but let me tell you, cow's milk, although I want to be more environmentally friendly slash cows have feelings too, cow's milk just doesn't agree with my insides. So I ask for an oat milk iced latte because that's what I get. That isn't what I got, bless their souls. I did see her pouring in. I was like, oh no, oh. And I just didn't know how to tell them. So I took my cow's milk iced latte and thought, I'll be fine. Oh, let me drink this, I'll be fine. I wasn't fine. I proceeded to spend the next hour and a half on the toilet downstairs, which I had to pay for, so that was a little big faff. Like, I'm there with like a rucksack and a handbag and a bag, trying to get through a turnstile that I had to pay for with my card. That's another story for later on, to go to the toilet. And anyway, so I spent a good hour and a half there and I rushed back upstairs like nothing happened to meet my friend. I'm trying to look out for her and can't see her, but she finds me and it's all fine. We hug, oh, lovely to see you. And then we go and explore Paris. So yeah, we got our bags and we got a taxi to the hotel and then had a look around Paris, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a sec. Where was I? So our hotel, we did a load of research trying to find somewhere which was affordable and somewhere fairly central because we had no idea what we were doing. I'd never been to Paris before. She'd been a couple of times with her job but hadn't really seen much of Paris in the last 10 years. So anyway, we found this place which was called Pavilion Louvre Ravioli, something like that. Anyway, it was rated pretty good, but mainly because of the location and the service, which I can't fault either of them. I was literally about 200 metres from the Louvre. I think the main things people complained about was the breakfast, which I think was a croissant or pain au chocolat or something like that, and coffee. We didn't have that any morning, so I can't comment. I think it was just that it was limited that people had moaned about, but we went and had breakfast in Paris every day, and that the Wi-Fi, or it was the, like, you didn't really get reception in the hotel, which is true, but the Wi-Fi worked fine, and I worked from the hotel room, so I can't complain at all. Anyway, we dropped off the bags and we went to explore Paris a bit. We went to see the Louvre. We went, I don't know what we did else on that first day actually. I think we just ate and drank alcohol, to be honest, and then came back to the hotel. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's what we went to Paris to do, my lord. Right, let me walk the dog and then I'll come back and tell you the rest of the story. Go on then. Go on then. So we get to Paris, we've had a little look around. We have pre-booked some places because we were a bit worried about Six Nations, Valentine's Day, etc. getting a reservation anywhere. I don't actually think it would have been a problem, but I think first day we went and watched Six Nations somewhere where we couldn't move, and then we went to a wine bar for dinner called Leary, which we may or may not have found entertaining at my big old age anyway. Food was amazing there, wine was amazing there. I think I had like steak and vegetables, I think, can't remember, didn't take photos. So anyway, we had wine. I think we may have bought a bottle of wine and went and drank it in the hotel then, and exchanged stories of this 10-year void that we weren't in each other's lives. So it was like, did I tell you about bonjour? No. Did I tell you about calamari? No, you did not. Did I tell you about No. We told a good few stories and got drunk and fell asleep. Next day, I think that's when we went to see the Eiffel Tower. I don't think we had, do we have reservations this day? We might have done, I don't know. Anyway, we went to see the Eiffel Tower. Beautiful, lovely. I didn't go up it, I've got vertigo. Queue was big. It's fine. We got the boat there, beautiful. Saw Notre Dame, etc. on the way round. Had a lovely time. Beautiful blue sky. Took nice photos, and we went for lunch at a place called Cinzia, which is like a boat, and you can see the view of the Eiffel Tower. I think I had like a scallop curry there. Amazing, lovely, highly recommend. La Willy, I also highly recommend for my friend. I think that was like the best meal that she had the whole time there, so both of them get very, very high recommendations from us both. But anyway, let me get ready for work and I'll keep talking. Where did I get to? So we go to this place called Cinzia, lovely food, and then we headed back. I don't know where we went for dinner that night. Anyway, roll on. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I had to work remotely from Paris, so most of the day was that, and then intermittent food and tourism. We didn't get to see any of the museums, but we did have a lovely time eating and drinking around Paris. But anyway, let me tell you about Valentine's Day. Oh, these aren't my Valentine's nails. I did have little, they're like nude with little red hearts, which were expensive on them. These are for the next whole day. I did also have birthday ones, which were like birthday colours, like little pastels, like pastel-y kind of colours, almost Eastery kind of thing. Valentine's Day, I'm sure we got a croissant or something in the morning and a oat milk iced latte. Lunch, we went to a place called Perouche, I want to say. I think this is also, oh god, I think this is the day I just kept embarrassing myself. It just was, no. So, was this in the morning? Oh, it might have been the day before. Anyway, we'd come back in the middle of someone changing the
room over. Where do we even start? The night before, I'd knocked the leg off the bed. This is gonna sound weird, but I don't know why did I jump on her? We were being funny. Anyway, I jumped on her, like mum, dad, like not in her, no. And the leg fell off my bed, and my bed alone. So we had to try and screw it in, and we turned it around and we propped it up and stuff. I think it was loose anyway, but we come in and the lady's like screwing the leg back in. I was like, oh god, I hope they don't judge me about this. Anyway, she leaves, but we don't have any towels. So there's a man who's also works at the hotel who's like in the corridor outside. So I've opened the door and I'm like, bonjour sir, can we have a towel? And he's like, and I'm like, a towel, and then I'm there like, I'm going like, a towel, and he gives me like a little like face towel. I'm like, no, I need like a kind of thing. Belle thought that was highly amusing. Anyway, roll on next day, it's Valentine's Day. Yeah, so we go to this place, I think it's called Peruche. It's on the top floor of like a department store that's by Galeries Lafayette. I don't think it's in Galeries Lafayette, it's like further down that road, but the driver did drop us outside Galeries Lafayette, and we were like on this big like get to this place because they were going to charge me like 50 euros if I was more than 15 minutes late, and it was on like the 9th floor and we couldn't get the elevator, so we're like going up the escalators. It was just, anyway, we get there and we're like, beautiful view, lovely food, had a great time. Also continued to have more wine. This is where I really embarrassed myself. Oh, we had calamari, and then I had like it was like a poached egg with peppers, and I don't know, it was lovely. Anyway, we go to this viewpoint on this rooftop bar, and everyone's kind of queuing nicely to kind of let people get into the spot where no one else is in the frame for the Eiffel Tower. Anyway, I get to the front, taking photos of the view, taking pictures of myself as well. I go back over to Belle. I'm scrolling through my pictures, showing her pictures of me, and she's just stood there like, doesn't say anything. And normally she'd be like, oh nice. So I'm like, with my mask on, I've nudged her, and then I turn my head very slowly, and it's not her. It's some lady who's like, and then I hear Belle over there in the distance taking her photo, pissing herself laughing, and basically we were just all rolling around the floor laughing for a little while. But anyway, maybe it was one of those you had to be there, but it was very funny / cringe, and it's just one of those things you think about when you're on your own and you're like, what? Why? Anyway, dinner on the 14th. Where did we go? We went somewhere Square. Anyway, we went there. It was like an hour walk outside the city. I think we got a taxi there, it took forever because it was rush hour, but we walked all the way back through like the Latin Quarter. Beautiful. Food was great. We did get there and we were like the first ones there because it opened at 7, and we were a bit like, did you hire this out for us? No. And then lots of people turned up, so it's fine. Anyway, lovely food. We go back to the hotel. I think we get another bottle of wine and sit in and drink that. That was Valentine's Day. Next day, we went to Lulu, which is right like in the Louvre kind of thing. Beautiful. I want to go back in the summer so we can sit outside because it was all padding. We sat inside, was lovely food. Very, well, not super expensive, but more expensive than everything else. Were meals which we felt should have been more expensive because they were amazing. That was Pink Mama, which was the next day. Highly recommend. Anyway, we go to Lulu's, have a lovely lunch, go for another walk, see some more sights. I go back to work. God only knows what we did for dinner that night. Anyway, the next nice meal we booked was Pink Mama, which was the next day. Lovely. We did have a pizza. Oh God, I didn't talk about the day when we got on the boat on the way back. Cow's milk part 2. I got off the boat and I wasn't making it back to the hotel, so we had to find some place by the river, which thankfully let us in. We bought a drink. I didn't wait for the drink. I went straight down to the toilet, which was, there was like a cubicle and then a couple of other doors. One of them had onions behind, the other one was a broom store, and then there was just a urinal where I was standing, where I didn't use it, but there was about 3 fellows that were there during my vacation to the toilet that I just stood by. Anyway, I'm there like, please ma'am, open the door. Anyway, I came back up the stairs. I was like, no, let me go back down to where you can. I went back, and that was kind of how that went for the next half an hour. Anyway, roll on Wednesday. I worked in the morning, had the afternoon off, and then worked on the train. So we did Pink Mama, which is again really beautiful. Did we walk there? Did we get a taxi? Can't recall. But beautiful, amazing food, lovely wine, beautiful pictures. The only thing I would say is everybody's trying to take pictures of themselves in like one spot, and I just thought, fuck it, can't be arsed. So me and Belle have a lovely lunch there. What did I have? I had a pizza. Diet's just out the window at this point. We had some wine, and then we went to Sacré Montmartre. I don't know, anyway, it's like a viewpoint with a church on top at one side of the city. We went there, then we went to a place called Bimbo for some drinks, and then we went and got a suitcase and then got the train. And that's kind of the end, although we did get stuck on the Eurostar for several hours because somebody decided to sit on top of the Eurostar, set to turn the electricity off for the whole thing, and we're like not even in London yet, and yes, that was fun, and we missed the last train home, so to get an Uber across London. Anyway, had an amazing time in Paris. That's my Paris vlog. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with some weight losses stuff, and then you're gonna see me hopefully somewhere else, maybe.
Yeah. There's then that side, so there's two sides coming together.
I guess what I'm saying is never as big as you think it is.